8 games to go, Morgan Reagan.
Let's go.
Kings and Clippers tonight in Sacramento. The Clippers have beat the Kings 2 of 3 this season. This Clippers team going to be shorthanded. No Kawhi Leonard. Right knee soreness. He is out. Of course, Kings still playing without Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter. What do you want to see in this game tonight?
Well, no Kawhi Leonard. I feel like that's usually the guy that someone like Keegan Murray would be defending, right? So he doesn't have that task. He will obviously be picking up the slack, defending some of these other future Hall of Famers out there. But what does this mean for him on the offensive end? We just saw what he did last game when he was aggressive. Can he be that same aggressive Keegan Murray again? The answer needs to be yes, because that's exactly the type of play they're going to need from him, especially with someone like Malik Monk out.
Yeah, and I really liked how the ball popped the other night against the Utah Jazz. Obviously, a different level of competition.
Sure.
But, dude, if you look at the Clippers' numbers since the All-Star break, some of their defensive stuff is almost shockingly bad. I think most people go, the Clippers, they can defend, right? They're switchable. You got Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. They defend. Morgan, since the All-Star break,
tell me,
they're 28th in defensive rating. They, since the All-Star break, are allowing teams to shoot 40.8% from three. That's 29th in the NBA. Yes. They're also allowing the third most threes per game during that span. Their offense is dynamic, but, it's a heavy ISO team.
Yeah.
All right. They are last in both player and ball movement. They go ISO a lot with these guys. For Sacramento, I think it's imperative tonight that you have to push the pace. Don't fall into the trap of playing like the Clippers. Push the pace, get them defending, and on the other end, stay locked in. Don't be ball watching because you're dealing with ISO players.
And just because, let's say, how the Clippers defend the three, you might have a lot of open looks. If those looks are not falling, don't be afraid to attack.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to adjust, change it up, maybe play around in the mid-range, attack the rim, get the ball to Domas down low so he can go through Zubats or whoever else. Just make sure that you are not playing their game and that you are playing yours. I love that. I know we always say push the pace, push the ball, but you're exactly right, especially on this team right now. Push it.
I loved how the Kings offense functioned against Utah.
Yep.
Again, Utah's not good. They lost 20-20. But without Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, you're wondering how clunky it was going to be. Dude, I thought it was great because, like you mentioned, Keegan was aggressive in attack mode.
Yep.
Not just looking for his. I mean, he had a few assists in that game. I want to see more of that. Harrison Barnes, don't be shy. Put the ball on the floor, attack, get to the free throw line. But Lyles and Sasha coming back. I hope we see more Sasha in this game.
Same.
We saw like 9 minutes in the second half, 16 seconds in the first half. I want this guy out there and playing. I felt like the ball movement was amazing with those two guys out there. The ball was popping. They're both very smart players, and they could space the floor. Why is that spacing with Lyles and with Sasha so important to Fox and Sabonis?
Well, I think for them, it just opens up the floor so then they can create, they can do so much more. I mean, you even saw the way that Fox was able to attack the rim or get into the paint differently, right? And something that you and I have talked about a lot with Malik Monk out there when he was out there is that it feels like the whole team just relies on Monk to score, De'Aaron to score, or Sabonis to score. And then they'll pick up the slack. Oh, no. You have to be the aggressive ones. And I think adding 2 more threats out there like Sasha, like Trey, not only does it open up the floor, but it allows there to be so many more guys that pose as a threat. And so many guys understand that they do have to pick up the slack and that they're not just relying on these other guys to score anymore.
It is weird thinking about that because Monk's had a hell of a year. Fox. But there is times where it seems like people are standing around watching them in pick and roll action, hit Monk and Sabonis or whatever. It's like, no, like you still need to be locked in, but it's also a balance, right? You want those guys to create, but you also want others to touch the ball and look to be aggressive, attack. So look, they're going to have to play differently without Malik, and different doesn't have to mean bad or worse. It's just going to be a different style. And this is a good test against a team that is playing for something, right? The Clippers are trying to hang on to the number 4 seed right now in the West. They have a 2-game lead on Dallas. And for Sacramento, they come into this game 8th place, a half game behind Phoenix. If they win tonight, they're back in 7th as they try to find a way to hang in there in that 7-8 spot, or, a Hail Mary thing that I've already given up on is the 6th seed. Here's my thing with the 6th seed.
What's your thing?
Just don't think about it.
Oh,
and if it happens, it happens. I'm already bought into the plan. And tonight, well, buckle up. You got the Knicks and Celtics on a back-to-back. It doesn't get easier from here, but I'm very curious to see how the Kings respond, how the offense looks a day after it looking so nice against the Utah Jazz. Let us know what you think about this game. What are your predictions? Also, how are you guys feeling about the Clippers long term? Are you buying them as championship contenders? Let us know in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. We'll be live tonight after the game.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.